Shae Russell from mining.com.au, and joining me this morning is Terry Lynch, the CEO of Power Nickel. Terry, it's great to see you, and I believe you're in Australia right now.
I'm in the land down under. Yeah, it's great. It's been a while since I've been here, and Sydney is just such a gorgeous city. It's truly one of the pleasures of the world to come and visit it. So great to be here.
Look, Sydney is an absolutely breathtaking city to visit, and it's a shame I couldn't join you this time. However, let's get on to some of these stunning and jaw-dropping results. Now, anybody who knows me know I'm not often speechless, but yet when I was reading your announcement from the 5th of February, I absolutely was. Tell me, I'm correct. Am I correct? I'm seeing 10% copper equivalent as the headline number. Is this correct?
It is correct. It's a remarkable discovery. The Lion Zone at Nisk. It's crazy. It is another ridiculously impressive hole, and it's almost become ordinary. But of course, we know how extraordinary it is, right? I mean, it's super rare for these to happen. We're in Australia, obviously. Meeting a number of institutions down here and investors that are already in the investment at this point. And one of the things we've been emphasizing is that these orthomagmatic discoveries, which is what this is. The last one was Sakatti in Finland 18 years ago. So before that was Voisey's Bay. These tend to be giant to supergiant. While of course we've grown rapidly because of this discovery, it's still early days. I think we're just scratching the surface of what God's put down there for us to find. I mean, it's unbelievable. So we're just continuing to work it and and do right by it.
Could we go into some of the details of what you actually did in this drilling program? Because obviously this is a stunning number, but what are some of the supporting data here?
Yeah, so basically, we've been using a technique called borehole EM or downhole EM, and it's for deposit types like this. It's a highly effective strategy. So we can, when we drill a hole, if it's productive, obviously, when we get down there, we'll send the downhole EM machine in, do another flash, and we'll get a perspective within 150, 200 meters. Just is there continuation of this plate, this sulfide plate, which is obviously carrying the minerals. So that, and if there is, then of course we step out and drill that. So it's sort of like shooting fish in the barrel somewhat. I mean, you can get false positives, but we don't have a lot of false positive material, thank God, in this area. So mostly it's the sulfides that we're seeing, and so we're having like a greater than 50% success rate, which is ridiculously unusual for mining. But it's because of the nature of the deposit and the techniques that we're able to use for it. So that's what's been guiding us along the way, and we're continuing to step out even further to try and establish the order of magnitude of this discovery.
I'm running out of adjectives to describe what you are finding here, because every time we talk, there's just more and more stunning results. So I guess what I probably should ask this time is, what does the next drilling program from here? Because obviously you put out stunning numbers like this. How do you go and back this up later on in the year?
Yeah. So basically, obviously we continue to use this technique that's brought us here, and so we see. I think right now we've got 6 what we call open faces of areas that we've done the technique, and we believe there's promising future holes to drill in that area. So we'll be following up on those drill holes and just stepping out 150 meters and trying to sort of add some magnitude to the resource calculation. And then we about 10 days ago we put out, I thought it was our best news yet, was the discovery 700 meters to the east, where it's like Lion 2, or we haven't figured the name for it, tiger, elephant, walrus. There's lots of names being tossed around, moose. So we'll figure it out. But the key thing was, the same. Lion was discovered on drilling an EM anomaly, and we got I'm very lucky and made the sulfide discovery. So this zone to the east, 700 meters, also on an EM anomaly. It took us a couple of holes to find it, because EM is not an exact science, especially airborne. And eventually the borehole guided us to it, and we hit this Very amazing hole that we haven't got the assays back on yet, but will be coming soon. And not only did it have high grade copper, but it had high grade nickel. So Steve Beresford, our Aussie geo and guide here, he forecast eventually would move from in this type of system, you go from copper sulfide all the way over to nickel sulfide, and on the way through there'll be a transition zone that's copper and nickel. So we're certainly heading that now. So it's yeah. So we're gonna from a drilling perspective, we'll be advancing that new discovery on the east, and hopefully turn that into the next Lion zone, and then continue to push Lion both east, west, and at depth. And then west of the line, we've got some pretty interesting stuff as well. So it's all guns a blazing here right now. It's what are you going to do? Just keep on working.
Short last question to wrap it up. Obviously, your share price has seen a significant move higher based on these news. Tell me, does that mean all the good news has happened yet, or is there still more to come?
Yeah, that would be the danger. That people would think that we missed it. And obviously they missed the first dollar move, and I would say that the risk return now has probably never been any better than it is right today. 'Cause I believe this is going to double digits. So you missed the first one, you haven't missed the next 10. That's me. I'm the biggest shareholder, so I'm obviously truly passionate about what we've got and where we're going. So that is a disclaimer. But it's, if you look at the math and you compare us to our peers just on the copper equivalency side of things, we're trading at 20-30% on the dollar relative to our peers. And I'd argue that our play is as exciting as theirs, or even potentially better. I'm not throwing rocks at them. I'm just saying, everyone loves their own deal. So I think there's still a long ways to go here, and that people should do their homework and look at it. And it's a tremendous time to be taking a good solid look at power nickel. I think we got a long ways to go in 2025.
Listen, Terry, thank you so much for today's interview. I quite literally cannot wait to see what you pull out of the ground next. Thanks for being here.
All right, Shae, have a great day. Cheers for now.